Ang susunod na programa ay rated G. Ito ay pwede sa lahat ng manonood.
Mga bata, handa ka na bang matuto? Nandito si Sir Romel ang makakasama mo para sa ating virtual class. Alam naman natin sa ngayon ay umaharap sa isang malaking pagsubok dulot ng COVID-19. Nandito si Sir Romel para matulungan at magbigyan ka ng kaalaman sa Mathematics 9. Kaya mga bata, mag-ready at sisimulan na natin ang ating aralin. Magandang umaga mga bata, nandito ulit si Sir Romel para bigyan kayo ng bagong kaalaman para sa ating aralin. Sa pagpapatuloy ng Week 1, pag-aaralan natin ang mga iba't ibang method sa pag-solve ng quadratic equation. Ito ay mga extracting the square roots, factoring method, completing the square, and quadratic formula. So, unahin natin ngayon ang extracting the square root. So, kung ready na mga bata, so let's proceed now to our first method, extracting the square roots. 1. We will discuss solve quadratic equation by extracting square root. So first, what will be the content standard? The learner demonstrates understanding of the key concepts of quadratic equations, inequalities, functions, and rational algebraic expressions. For performance standards, the learner is able to investigate thoroughly mathematical relationships in various situations, formulate real-life problems involving quadratic equations, inequalities, and rational algebraic functions, and solve them using a variety of strategies. Now, what will be our objective? Yung mga matutunan natin para sa lesson na ito. For knowledge objective, recall perfect square numbers. Identify rational and irrational numbers. For psychomotor objective, solve roots of a quadratic equations by extracting the square root. For affective objective, show accuracy in solving quadratic equations by extracting the square root. For our first activity, are they real? So, let's help Doraemon and Nobita to identify which are rational and which are not rational. So, I will give you 30 seconds to answer. Write your answer on your paper. Okay, time is up. Nagka-idea ba tayo kung paano malalaman ang rational and irrational? Check natin. For number 1, square root of 121. Rational ba to or irrational? So, tignan natin. Okay, rational. How about square root of 4 over 225? Rational or irrational? Tingnan natin. Okay, still rational. How about square root of 5? Rational or irrational? Tingnan natin. Okay, irrational. How about square root of 40? Is it rational or not rational? Okay, yes. Tingnan natin. Irrational. How about square root of 25? Is it rational or irrational? Okay, sinong mag-answer? Okay, yes. Rational siya. Ngayon, nagkaka-idea na ba tayo? Paano natin malaman na rational or irrational? Anyone? Okay. So dito, napansin nyo, lahat ng rational may mga square root. Unlike sa irrational, wala silang square root. So, yung mga nakakuha ng 5. Okay, very good. So, recall natin yung rational numbers. Ayan. So, rational numbers is a real numbers that can be written as a fraction. So, dahil pinag-aaralan natin ay radical, so lahat na may mga square root, lahat yun ay rational numbers. Ano naman ang irrational numbers? Rational numbers is a number that cannot be written as fraction of two integers. So, in radical, lahat ng mga walang square root, yung nakita natin kanina. So, ngayon, alam natin how to identify sa radical kung ano ang rational and irrational. So, recall muna tayo. So, finding the square root of a number is the inverse operation of squaring that number time itself. For example, 5 times 5, pwede natin express yun as 5 squared. Another, 10 times 10, pwede natin express as 10 squared. So, sa variable naman, let's say, x times x, pwede natin express as x squared. So, yun ang example ng squaring that number or the variable. So, ngayon, ang sabi natin, yung square root daw is the inverse of squaring. So, just like this, so 3 squared is equal to 9. So, 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Pag kinuha mo yung inverse ng 9, kinuha mo ang square root ng 9, the answer is 3. Paano natin nalaman na 3? Di ba, mag-iisip ka ng dalawang number whose product is 9. So, ang alam naman natin is 3 times 3. So, alam na yung dalawang number is 3. So, ang square root ng 9 ay 3. So, meron din tayong negative. Bakit merong negative? If you recall, negative times negative, the answer is positive. So, negative 3 squared is equal to 9. Ang square root ng 9, may possible answer din, which is negative. So, ilan yung possible answers natin sa square root of 9? So, dalawa. Meron tayong positive at meron ding negative. So, the square root of a number has two possible answers. Positive and negative. Take down natin yan. Okay, next. What are the square roots of a number? So, magpapakita ko. So, open yung camera, then sabihin niyo yung sagot. Okay. Square root of 1. What is the square root of 1? Okay, yes? The answer is positive and negative 1. So, laging dalawa yung answer natin. 1 is positive, 1 is negative. Next, square root of 4. Okay, yes? Positive and negative 2. How about square root of 9? Okay, the answer is positive and negative 3. How about square root of 16? The answer is positive, negative 4. Square root of 25. Okay, positive, negative 5. How about square root of 49? Yes, the answer is positive, negative 7. Okay, how about square root of 100? Okay, positive, negative 10. How about square root of 196? lumalaki na yung number. Yes? Positive, negative, 14. How about this? Variable ang ginamit ko. So, square root of x raised to 6. So, mag-isip kayo ng dalawang variable x pag minultiply x raised to 6. Anong naisip nyo? Okay. Ang naisip natin ay x raised to 3 times x raised to 3. So, pag inadd mo yung exponent nila, 6 pa rin. So, the answer is positive, negative, x raised to 3. How about this? Square root of 3. Meron bang square root yan? Wala. So, rational ba yan or irrational? Irrational. Ngayon, tingnan nyo. Meron ba kayong makikita na factor niya which is perfect square or wala? Okay, wala tayong nakikita. So, sa ngayon, ilalagay muna natin yan as positive, negative, then kokopyain natin yung radical, yung square root of 3. So, the answer is positive, negative, square root of 3. Dahil wala siyang factor. So, mapapansin nyo, pag irrational, ano nagiging sagot? Merong radical. How about this? Square root of 8. Rational ba yan or irrational? Okay, irrational. Ngayon, isip tayo ng factor na may perfect root. Anong meron kayo naisip? Okay, 4. Anong kasama ng 4 na i-multiply natin para maging 8? Yes. Okay, very good. 2. So, ilalagay natin factor square root of 4 times 2. Positive, negative, square root of 4 times 2. So, dito, makikita niyo yung 4, may square root. Anong square root ng 4? Okay, very good. 2. So, ilalabas natin yung square root ng 4. Then, yung 2, dahil walang square root yung 2, may iwan yan sa loob ng radical. So, what will be the answer? Okay, the answer is positive, negative, 2 square root of 2. So, mapapansin nyo, yung mga irrational ulit, may natitirang radical. Unlike sa mga rational numbers, wala nang matitirang radical. At lahat yan ay may dalawang possible answer. One is positive and one is negative. Okay? I hope naintindihan natin yung mga nakakuha. Congrats! Yan. So, ang tawag natin dyan ay mga roots. Okay, next. For activity number 2, what are my roots? So, nag-discuss tayo kanina, so alamin natin yung mga roots nila. So, mag-ready ulit ng paper. Bibigyan ko kayo ng time to answer. Siguro, bigyan ko kayo ng 30 seconds to identify their roots for number 1 to number 5. Okay, check natin. For number 1, what is the square root of 25? Yes? Okay. Correct. The answer is positive and negative 5. Okay, very good. Okay, about number 2, square root of x squared. Okay, yes? The answer is positive and negative x. Very good. Okay, about number 3, square root of 4x squared. Dito may number and may variable. Yes, the answer is positive, negative, 2x. Okay, very good. Okay, about number 4, square root of x raised to 6. What is the answer? Yes, positive, negative, x raised to 3. Very good. Okay, how about number 5? Square root of 12. May square root ba? Wala. So, anong naiisip natin factor? Yes. Narinig ako. 4 times 3. Alin doon may square root? Yung 4. So, anong square root ng 4? 2. Ano yung walang square root? Yung 3. So, anong gagawin natin sa 3? Yes, iiwan natin sa loob ng radical. So, what will be the answer? So, positive, negative, 2 square root of 3. Very good. So, makakuha. Ngayon, i-total natin yung score. So, mamaya, i-upload nyo lahat ng pinagawa ko. So, let's proceed now. Okay. In solving quadratic equations by extracting square root. So, dito, magpapakita ako ng tatlong equations. Okay, naalala niyo yung standard form ng quadratic equation? Ano ulit yung standard form ng quadratic equation? Okay, very good. The standard form of the quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Anong na-observe niyo sa bawat equation? Yes? Okay, very good. Lahat yan ay walang linear term. So, ano na lang yung natira? Meron tayong quadratic term and yung c. So, yung form natin nakalagay sa ax squared plus c is equal to 0. Bakit ganito ang equation natin? Magagamit natin ito sa extracting the square root. So, ito yung procedure natin or steps natin. Number 1, rewrite the quadratic equation in the form of ax squared is equal to c. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng constant term, ililipat natin sa right side. So, tulad nito, negative 36. Pag nilipat natin, magiging positive 36. Then, ito naman, mapapansin nyo, dalawa yung constant term. Merong 25, then yung 9. Yung 9, ililipat natin muna yan sa right side. Then, isi-simplify natin mamaya. Then, dito, yung negative 1, ililipat natin sa right side. So, yun munang gagawin natin. Rewrite the quadratic equation in the form of ax squared is equal to c. Then, na yung pangalawang step. Extract both sides by applying the square root property to determine the root. So, kukunin natin yung square root ng left side and right side to determine the root. So, para mas maintindihan to, magbibigay ako sa inyo ng example. Let's proceed now to our example. For number 1, what are the roots or solutions of x squared minus 36 is equal to 0? For step 1, rewrite the quadratic equation in the form of ax squared is equal to c. So, this is the equation, x squared minus 36 is equal to 0. So, ililipat natin yung negative 36 to the right side. So, mababago ang sign. So, the equation now is x squared is equal to 36. For step 2, extract both sides by applying the square root property. So, the equation now is x squared is equal to 36. So, lalagyan natin ng square root both sides. Then, what will be the square root of x squared? Okay, x. How about 36? Okay, there are two possible roots for 36. One is positive 6 and negative 6. So, what will be the roots or solutions? So, x is equal to positive and negative 6. So, the roots are 6 and negative 6. Okay, kung naintindihan, let's move to example number 2. What are the roots or solutions of x squared plus 9 is equal to 25? For step 1, rewrite the quadratic equation in the form of ax squared is equal to c. Kung mapapansin nyo, dalawang ating constant term. One is nasa left side, which is 9, na ililipat natin papunta sa right side. And another constant term na nasa right side na, which is 25. So, lipat muna natin yung 9 sa right side. So, x squared plus 9 equals 25. Transpose it. X squared is equal to 25 minus 9. So, dalawang ating constant term, we will subtract. So, x squared is equal to 16. For step 2, extract both sides by applying the square root property. So, get the square root of the left side, which is x squared, and get the square root of 16. So, what will be the answer? Yes. So, x is equal to positive and negative 4. So, the roots are 4 and negative 4. Okay, nagets ba natin? Okay, good. Kung nagets natin. Let's proceed now to example number 3. What are the roots or solutions of 9x squared minus 1 is equal to 0? Same lang ng procedure natin. For step 1, rewrite the quadratic equation in the form of ax squared is equal to c. So, ililipat natin yung constant term sa right side. So, yung negative 1 magiging positive 1. So, 9x squared is equal to 1. Okay? So, for step 2, extract both sides by applying the square root property. So, the given equation now is 9x squared is equal to 1. Get the square root of the left side and the right side. What is the square root of 9? Okay. 3. How about x squared? Okay, x. How about 1? What is the square root? Okay, positive and negative 1. So, what will be the equation? 3x is equal to positive and negative 1. So, ito na ba yung values ng x or yung roots natin? Hindi pa. Kasi meron pa tayo nakikita na numerical na katabi ng x. So, anong gagawin natin? We will divide both sides by 3. So, 3x divided by 3 is equal to positive or negative 1 over 3. So, ma-eliminate yung 3 sa left side. Ang matitira na lang ay x. Then, tignan mo naman sa right side, is it possible to divide 1 over 3? If possible, simplify natin. If not, yun na yung magiging sagot natin. So, the values of x are x is equal to positive and negative 1 over 3. So, the roots are 1/3 and negative 1/3. Nakuha natin? Okay. Pwede natin balikan yung video lesson natin pag hindi natin naintindihan yung example. Okay. For example number 4, what are the roots or solutions of x squared minus 2 is equal to 10? So for step 1, rewrite the quadratic equation in the form of ax squared is equal to c. So napapansin natin na lagi nating nililipat yung constant term. So the equation now is x squared minus 2 is equal to 10. Then lipat natin yung negative 2 sa right side. So x squared is equal to 10 plus 2. Then add natin dalawang constant term sa right side. So x squared is equal to 12. Okay. Step 2. Extract both sides by applying the square root property. So, x squared is equal to 12. Extract both sides. So, meron bang square root ang x squared? Okay, how about 12? May square root ba yung 12? Na natin. Yeah, may question. Does each side has an exact root? Ang 12 ba may exact root? May square root ba? Okay, wala. Ano kayang gagawin natin pag wala? At tingnan nyo yung square root of 12. Is it a rational or irrational? Okay, irrational. So, ganito ang gagawin natin. Yan. Mag-iisip tayo ng factor ng 12. So nakikita nyo, mag-iisip ka ng factor. 1 is a perfect square and 1 is not a perfect square. Pag minultiply mo, 12 pa rin. So ang naisip natin perfect square is 4. And yung non-perfect square is 3. When you multiply the two numbers, the answer is 12 pa rin. Then simplify na natin. Ano ang square root ng x squared? Okay, x. How about 4? May square root by 4. What is the square root of 4? Okay. Positive and negative 2. How about 3? Wala. So, yung walang square root, ilalagay natin sa loob ng radical. So, the answer now is x is equal to positive and negative 2 is square root of 3. So, dyan pa lang, nakikita na natin na pag merong irrational at isisimplify natin, ang final answer natin laging may radical. So, itong root na to, this is an example of irrational roots. So, the roots are 2 square root of 3 and negative 2 square root of 3. Kung naintindihan natin, let's proceed now. Kung medyo hindi pa natin naintindihan, pwede nating balikan yung example number 2. Example number 5. What are the roots or solutions of quantity x minus 6 squared minus 100 is equal to 0? So dito, mapapansin nyo, meron tayong square of binomial. Pero hindi natin isisimplify yan. Ganito yung gagawin natin. Step 1, rewrite the quadratic equation in the form of ax squared is equal to c. Dito pa lang, ma-identify mo na nasan yung constant term. Alam na natin yon, which is negative 100. Pero yung ax squared, hindi natin agad makita kasi nakalagay as a square of binomial. Kaya ganito gagawin natin. We will let quantity x minus 6 squared as ax squared. So, bali itong quantity x minus 6 squared, gagawin natin siyang ax squared. So, our equation now is quantity x minus 6 squared is equal to 100. Yan. Basta lagi ang constant term, ilalagay nyo sa right side. Okay? Kung naintindihan, proceed tayo sa step 2. Step 2. Extract both sides by applying square root property. So, ganito gagawin natin. Get the square root ng quantity x minus 2 squared is equal to square root ng 100. So, paano isa-simplify na sa left side? Ayan. Pwede nating eliminate yung exponent niya. Makakancel na yan. So, matitira na lang ay x minus 2. And, equate natin into what is the square root of 100? Ayan. Positive and negative 10. So, our equation now is x minus 2 is equal to positive and negative 10. So, dito, magkakaroon tayo ng two different solutions. Napapakita ko dito. So, first solution natin, kung nakikita nyo sa dalawang solutions natin, one equation is x minus 2 is equal to positive 10. Unlike sa pangalawa, x minus 2 is equal to negative 10. Sa kaliwa, positive 10. Sa kanan, negative 10. So, simplify natin muna yung nasa left side. So, ililipat natin negative 2 sa right side sa magiging x equals 10 plus 2. Tapos, combine mo yung 10 and 2. X is equal to 12. For the second solution or root, x minus 2 is equal to negative 10. Ilipat natin yung negative 2 sa right side. So, x is equal to negative 10 plus 2. Since unlike sign tong negative 10 and 2, subtract natin yung number 10 minus 2 is 8. Anong sign ng bigger number? Negative. So, x is equal to negative 8. So, dito, ano magiging solutions natin? Or roots? So, the roots are 12 and negative. So, I hope naintindihan natin. Pwede pa rin natin balikan yung example number 5 para mas maintindihan natin. For our activity number 3, so message decoder. So mag-ready tayo ng papel, tapos picturean muna natin ang activity number 3. So ready na, naka-ready na yung mga papel. For our direction, solve each quadratic equation by extracting the square root. And to match the letter of the correct corresponding answer, use separate paper for the solution. So, bali yung gagawin natin, pipicturean muna natin activity, tapos i-off muna natin yung data natin. Ayan. Papicturean nyo muna. Tapos, mamaya ipapasa. Ibibigay ko yung Google Form link. I hope naintindihan natin lesson about extracting square root. So, magkikita ulit tayo sa next online class natin. Maraming salamat, students. Gawin na natin offline ang ating activity.